Tell me about what's going on with Sweet Baby Inc. and David Bedard no longer a part of them. What did you find out?
Well, you see, first off, Dave tried to, like, I like to call him Dave because I call him Davy Boy.
And
But
David Bedard is the co-founder of Sweet Baby Inc., right?
that's his title. That's not really the case because
Okay.
he was never the co-founder. I'm sorry, Kim. I'm gonna burst your bubble here. You added him as a co-founder, which I'm not sure you can do that because your original co-founder was Ariadne McGilvery and Terrence Jason Huberts. So, which is a whole other can of worms, and everybody hates me for mentioning it all the time. But I'm not going to keep doing it because it's the truth. So, sue me.
No, don't even joke about that with what I'm dealing with right now. But before we
I'm cartoon, you can't sue me.
True. I noticed behind you here a lot of people that are X'd out of the team of Sweet Baby Inc.
Lego Butts is no longer there. I don't think Felix Kramer's no longer there, that's what his name is. Chris Kindred, Eve Juno's left as well. Garrett Roberts, I think he was the one they interviewed not that long back about having left there, and now we also have David Bedard. So that means that we have like literally from a team of 15, which I believe is more than 15. We now have only 9. Interestingly, David Bedard is still involved with the company, but he's not there anymore. He's now at Gameloft Montreal in the marketing department. Interesting how they keep ending up at places that are Ubisoft related after being former Ubisoft.
And isn't it also interesting when you combine what Ubisoft is going through right now, how they are both tanking at the same time, curiously?
Yep. But
wonder if that is DEI related or not.
I don't know, but I think it's funny because David Bedard has tried to be very, very quiet about Sweet Baby Inc. ever since his original manifesto about how we're being harassed. Check on your marginalized people. They might be offended and hurt, and tell them that we love them and that they're talented. Even if that's not the case, just tell them because reasons, I guess. But yeah, since then, he's been a little bit of a quiet. And the interesting thing is that he has been gone from Sweet Baby Inc. for quite some time. But the interesting part is that he only made sure to mention it now. So he's actually been gone since March 2025.
Wow. So was he unemployed the entire time and didn't say anything about it?
I don't know. I do know that in June, it says he's now at Gameloft Montreal, but I can tell you that behind the scenes, I've looked into the legal paperwork because that's what I do. And I discovered that the thing that's different is that if you looked before, it said Dave Bedard was the co-founder and was also involved with the company, and he was the one who basically had 25 to 50% of the ability to vote on things, and so did Kim. So it was like an equal partnership. But recently, there's been a little update to that, and it no longer says that. It now says that he has a 25-ish% stake in the company, and Kim has a 75%. So Kim is now the official leading person who now has all the control over the company. And let me tell you, she ain't doing a good job with it.
No. What makes you say that?
I probably shouldn't say because I'm going to save that. But long story short, nobody's ever approached her genuinely, Smash. Don't you know? Yeah. I suffered to get this information. I'm not giving it here.
That's fair. That's fair. This is the post that you were referencing with David Bedard talking about the harassment campaign. And the curious thing I found out about this is when he goes on complaining and whining about, oh my God, feel bad for me, virtue signal, check in on your marginalized colleagues, all this other victimhood. The very end, looks like the hate mob found this post, locking down the comments for now. And then wouldn't you know it, deleted the post and then completely, as far as I can tell, deleted his entire LinkedIn because I can't find his LinkedIn.
Aha! That's where you're wrong, Smash. His LinkedIn still exists.
Did he move it or private it?
No, he attempted to hide it by making it so that it no longer displays his full name and deciding that he would take his Discord profile picture and make it his official picture. But the problem with that, Mr. David Bedard, is that I've seen you on Discord, so it didn't fool me. Props for that, I guess.
So where is Sweet Baby Inc. at now? Because we haven't checked in on them for probably, it feels like 4 to 6 months. It's been a while. Like what?
Where Sweet Baby Inc. now is in the toilet, pretty much. From what I've been told, and Kim will vehemently deny this, but because she claims that there'll be plenty of stuff coming out soon, and we'll all be mad about it. We'll all be angry at her, Smash. We'll all be mad. And that the people online will hate it. And no, I'm not paraphrasing. This is actually stuff that she said. You'll find out soon.
So what would we hate about it? That she got a contract with like a major AAA publisher?
I don't know. I mean, she said that she's not going to say anything because she doesn't want the wrong people to find out about it, Smash. She doesn't want them to find out.
So as far as Sweet Baby Inc.'s future, where do you see them going in the next 6 to 12 months?
Here's what I see. I think that there's a lot of people leaving the company, and I have to give props, okay? I got to give props where it's due. Some people who have left the company have left it to make their own games. And I'm not going to name names because I'm not just going to try to finger point at them, but they specifically went and decided to make their own games and code them themselves. So if they're going to do that, whether it's successful or not, props. Like, I'm going to give them props for that. Coding is not easy. And if you're going to code your own game and
well, I mean, I would counter that with it's not easy if you're actually coding, but I do wonder, and I've brought this up many times in the past when it comes to artificial intelligence, you are able to skip a lot of steps and hide a lot of your errors and lack of talent with ChatGPT. So, and various other AI coding platforms. So I do wonder if there is a concern for the future for woke people in gaming utilizing AI to hide their inability of talent to just push something out there and push more propaganda to people. I do wonder about that, but
I mean, we did tell them to learn to code, Smash. So even if they're using ChatGPT for it, like you gotta give them a little leeway. You know, if it's not their talent, they're still doing what we told them to do for once. So I guess
true, that is true.
Give them just a little leeway. But going back to what you said about Dave Bedard, he is still 100% on LinkedIn. He just doesn't want anybody to know.
That's very interesting. And he's at Gameloft. What's he doing there now?
He's marketing there.
So a downgrade, a career step down from.
Well, I mean, some of them have had a career step down. I know that your old pal, Chris Kindred, is working as a professor somewhere. Yes, I know all this stuff.
I do wonder, like, I wish these people well. I really do. As much as a lot of people disagree with me on that, my whole approach has always been just get the fuck out of gaming. I don't care where you go on to in your life to wreck whatever industry you want to be in. Go ahead, but stay away from gaming and trying to use it to push indoctrination, especially at the kids. So if he's gone to teaching, okay, great. Hopefully that's a situation that school handles on its own if it's not good. But that's where my concern ends with it. My concern is just right now. There's only as I tell my wife.
He's also a DJ too, just so you know.
Well, as I tell my wife, I'm only one man, and I can't be everywhere, putting out fires everywhere. So I try to focus on what I can control in my realm and handle what I can handle. So with that being said, Sweet Baby Inc. is, what do you give them? 3 to 6 months? Or do you think that this is something that they will just...
I think they're having major problems and they don't want you to know this. I think the biggest tell is the issues that have been having with their website. I've been getting many people telling me that their website doesn't even work anymore and like breaks periodically. I will tell you that the reason that is the case is because they've updated their website with extra Cloudflare protection so that it can't be archived on the Wayback Machine. So they clearly don't want you doing that, but what do I know?
Well, it works for me. I just checked it and it did have the Cloudflare that loaded up, but nothing new for the past.
Very bare bones.
Very bare bones. They've removed everything, and
well,
this is the same stuff.
I'm gonna out them. I'm gonna out them, Smash.
Okay.
They think they've removed everything, but a little bit of a technical thing for you guys, Sweet Baby Ink. If you delete the main menu, but you don't actually delete the file, the places on the
page?
website where you're hosting the games, that someone could just type in slash and then the name of the game and still find the page because it's still there. So you didn't do anything. But nice try. You tried.
You tried and you failed. What did you learn? So Sweet Baby Ink sounds like they are going to be not long for this planet.
I think what we're going to see is them partnering with Wings more, because what people don't know is that the last game that they've been involved with, which Winterboro, was actually specifically done by Wings Interactive, also worked on it. So they're clearly all still in cahoots with each other. I think what will be interesting is the talks they have coming up, because they still do. But I will say this, I can confirm that Kim Belair is still trying to spin the narrative of the evil gamers are behind everything. And so much so that she has given that same talk about what happens when you've been harassed like 5 times, but just hasn't recorded it the other couple times.
Imagine playing the eternal victim where you go around just complaining about victimhood every day. Imagine that's your job. It boils
I
down
mean,
to.
if it pays well, depends if it pays well.
Well, as opposed to creating a product that people appreciate and like, you are not good at what you do. You are hated in the industry that you work at, and you are providing content that nobody wants. And instead of accepting that it's not good, you decide to take the angle of everyone is mean and it's a hate campaign.
I mean, it's easier than admitting fault, I guess.
Oh, the kryptonite of women.
But I will say that we haven't heard the last of Sweet Baby Inc. They're still around. They're still trying their best to get a hold of things. But I will say they are somewhat... They are having difficulty. Even Kim herself has admitted that they have had a couple projects canceled that they have worked on. And this is no longer speculation. She's admitted it herself. So... don't get mad at me, kid.
Just to give people a quick once over on Wings before we conclude this, what is the connection behind the scenes? Can you remind people?
Wings Interactive, they fund games for marginalized developers and women and stuff like that. And basically, what they do here is they will fund it up to $500,000, which is very strange. Yes, they put their members back on their page. Smash. They're feeling comfortable doing that. But if you scroll down, you'll find that Peter Henriksen, who is the co-founder of Landfall Games, is right there. Yes, for some reason, me thinking that they were together with Landfall Games is bad, and I shouldn't do that because I'm a bad person for doing that, apparently. What do I know?
I noticed, by the way, just by merely mentioning it, I was blocked by them. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. We were just talking about it, and I got blocked. Curious. And Kim was on the board of directors, correct? At one time?
Yes, she was on the board of directors. They've removed that information because we exposed them for being connected to Landfall. They blocked me. They blocked Smash. They think they blocked Hypnotic as well, and a couple other people. And then they also completely tore down the site for a bit. It's back up, and they actually have funding now, unfortunately, with what's it called? They have funding with Inner Sloth.
Where do they get their money from?
Well, if you look, Smash, you want to go up to the top and click on the articles. If you look at their articles, back, poof, it appears. And if you scroll down, you'll see Elevate program right there. Things raises investment funding. If you go down, they're accepting. So this is where they accept submissions. But if you go back, you'll see exactly who's funding them. Which one of the people that is funding them you won't like. And right there, Wings raises investment from Innersloth and Casey Yano plus 4 new games. And if people don't know who Casey Yano is, well, Casey Yano is the developer behind Slay the Spire. So,
oh no,
yep, you can see it. It says right there, the developer behind Slay the Spire are joining Landfall Games, Wings' first investor.
Slay the Spire is one of my favorite games.
Oh, wait a minute, Smash! I just realized it. They are joining Landfall Games, Wings' first investor. They're admitting for the first time publicly that they're involved with Landfall Games.
Oh, no.
You mean
Oh,
the thing
no.
that I exposed you for being involved with, you're now admitting? So why did you block me then? What did I do?
Oh shit! I'm so torn right now. I was so excited for Slay the Spire 2 coming out in like a couple of months.
I
Like,
mean,
come
I don't
on.
think they've infected that game. I will say an unfortunate game that is a Wings funded game is the sequel to Moomintroll, unfortunately. So,
Wow, these people are nuts.
but yeah, Wings is back up and running at full operation. They'll probably get mad and hide some things now since we covered them because they'll get annoyed. It's sad because, you know, I say this all the time when I come, especially when it comes to Sweet Baby Inc. Like the last game they were working on, you know, Winterborough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge fan of Don't Starve. You couldn't tell from my avatar, you know?
Right.
I would have played that game. All I needed them was to say, hey, yeah, you know what? We're involved with Sweet Baby Inc. That's it. You know, at least admit it. Like, if you're going to be involved with them, be involved with them. Who cares? Do whatever you want. But like,
it's the lack of transparency and shadiness behind the scenes that is frustrating to you.
It's the hiding it. Why are you hiding it? If it's, and now Smash, these people at Wings were hiding that they were connected to Landfall. We made a video exposing it. They freaked out, wiped everything, then blocked me. And now they're admitting in their most recent post where they're getting their funding, they're admitting that Landfall funded them, as I said that they did.
Yep.
So what did I do wrong exactly? Can you explain? I don't know.
You are not virtue signaling aligned with their ideology, so ergo you are bad and you're not allowed to talk about anything.
Yeah, it seems like it.
But okay, well that pretty much encapsulates everything that's going on. Any final thoughts on the David Bedard leaving Sweet Baby Inc. and where you see him, or was that pretty much everything?
No, I think David has been gone for a while. I think he's just making it clear. He clearly doesn't want to be found. I'm pretty sure I know the reason behind that, but I'm not going to move on that story because I don't have enough evidence for it yet. So you're safe, Dave. You heard me, David? You're safe, okay? I won't expose anything that I know about your weirdness with Cthulhu, okay? I really won't I won't mention that, okay? You're welcome.
Wait, what?
No one but him will get this. If I'm correct about him, no one will get that. So
cool. All right. Well, we'll leave that there.